Morning. Carrie here from Healing Humanity, the power of a proper human diet. Look, we got some frost on the ground. Look at my white feet. Girls make fun of me because my feet are so white. We got some frost on the ground. It's cold, but it's sunny out. Coming up on 1 year as a carnivore. And I am loving every minute of it, especially getting outside, grounding, exercising. And that right there, one of the most important things. Proper sunlight. First thing, get sunlight in your eyes. It's a game changer. Resets your circadian rhythm, improves your sleep. Your sleep improves, your immune system improves, your sleep improves, your hormones balance out, everything comes into place. It all starts right there. Look at that. The ground is frosty and frozen, but we got some sun out, so that's pretty awesome. Let me just see this here real quick. So I'm going to do a little walk and talk. These vertical live streams people have been enjoying, it seems like. I got a live stream I'm doing with my buddy JT. Raising the stakes, that's going to be in a little bit after this. I'm going to embarrass myself right now because I haven't been keeping up on my pull-ups. Last year I was knocking them out. I could do like a dozen easy. Now I probably got 3 in me. So let's see here real quick. Oh, we did 6. Baby steps. I got to work myself back up. I got to start doing that every morning. I wasn't doing that in winter because winter, snow. Look, a little bird. I was going to go on my normal little walk here, although now I'm a little worried about my internet reaching. I was going to take you guys over. The girls and I set up a little exercise platform. However, I'm worried my internet will cut out if I go that far. I think I'm going to do a little walk and talk around the property here. Don't fall again. Oh, that's Katie. Katie, I'm going to go. So we've been doing, as a family, we've been getting up in the morning, going out into the corner. We set up an outdoor gym, a little exercise platform. And the girls and I were out there 2 days ago, and Jen. And we have resistance bands and kettlebells. And I said, let's just leave them out there. I mean, I don't want to ruin them, but I'm not going to take them in and out. And then every morning we'll go. Well, this morning I woke up and the girls were like, Emma's like, my nose is sniffling. I don't want to go this morning. I asked Alyssa. And now Katie's right here in the chat. So, Katie, come outside right now. I know you can hear me. Bill's in the chat. This is kind of hard to walk and talk with this chat on. Let's see here. Bill said, I just woke up and boom, there's the best guy on the internet. Morning, my friend. Hey, Bill, how's it going, buddy? Bill, can you believe it? In, 4 days from now, 3 days from now, it'll be 1 year on carnivore. And I have been editing together a 1 year video. And of course, Bill, you're a huge part of that video. I just can't believe it's been a year. I can't believe what's happened over the course of a year. Katie, get out here right now. You're going to go for a walk with me and exercise. I'm talking to Outdoor Katie. She's got her own channel now. You should be out here, Katie, filming. Who wants to see Katie come out and exercise with her dad? What about Emma? Is Emma in the chat too? This is crazy. So it's been 1 year. And, oh, let me show you guys this. Take you a little homestead tour. I keep getting the comments, why don't we get more homesteading videos? Well, here you go. Over here, this is the Argo. I'm so blessed to have this. This, my father-in-law gave us a couple years ago, and it had some transmission issues, and we finally got it fixed and working. The thing is awesome. But the reason I want to point to this woodshed is because Carnivore Emma, my daughter, and I built this in the early months of me being a carnivore. And right there is where the decision was made to do this documentary, Healing Humanity. Emma said she's a compassionate carnivore, and then I believe I said that would be a good shirt, and we said let's make some shirts. And then I was like, I don't want to profit off of selling these shirts. That was kind of how all this happened. The reason we're in such a poor place and I was so unhealthy for so long is because of profits and greed and stuff like that. And then we started thinking, well, what can we do? We're doing these YouTube videos and we're reaching a lot of people. And the Compassionate Carnivore t-shirt, that was Emma's idea, led to us deciding to do this documentary. And all of that happened right there. And all of that's going to be in my 1-year update video that's coming out next week. This video is crazy. It's taken me so long to put this thing together. Hundreds and hundreds of clips. And when I was standing right there with Emma, we were talking about this documentary. We're like, yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be cool if we could just find some guy that wants to lose a bunch of weight? It kind of was Providence. And then we found Bill. And then we said, wouldn't it be amazing if we could get one of these doctors or some of these doctors to join us too? And I said, yeah, like Dr. Barry, because I'd been watching him for a long time. And then I said, or Dr. Chaffee, and I completely pronounced his name wrong. And it's so funny, Emma and I having that little conversation. Wouldn't it be cool with the doc if we did this and we did that? I didn't even really remember that conversation until I just rewatched it, editing that 1-year video. Everything that we were saying, wouldn't it be cool if we did this in the doc? We're doing in the doc. Like the thought back then of this documentary idea, and then now where it is, like the fact that we went out to Tennessee and filmed Ken Berry and I got to shake his hand and thank him. I still can't wrap my brain around it. It's absolutely insane. All right, I'm making another circle around the house here. I want to see if Katie pops out. She's probably talking in the chat. It's hard to talk and read these little chat on my phone here. So you guys want to see, here's the ground. The ground is frozen. It's really frosty. Whoa, there we go, upside down. All right, we're back now. The ground is frozen. My feet don't get frozen though, because if you're a carnivore, you don't get cold, you don't burn, your feet definitely don't freeze. Frostbite is not a thing for carnivores. You don't get sunburn on one end of the spectrum. On the other end of the spectrum, you don't get frostbite. No sunburn, no frostbite. You don't get sick. You don't get tired. It's really amazing. I'm right outside Katie's room right now. Katie, come on! Should I knock on her window? She's still here in the chat. Hey, we got Charger Mopar Rick. No frostbite here, just duck poop. Rick was asking me to do some videos with the Argo. I actually did one the other day. I think I posted it as a short, but I should do a bigger one. I'm gonna knock on Katie's window right here. Katie, come outside and exercise with your father. Let's see if she leaves a comment on that or if she pops out. So anyhow, this was my morning routine last year, and I'm bringing it back now every single day. I highly recommend it if you guys are interested. I'm not telling you what to do, but works great for me. Sunlight in the eyes first thing in the morning. Oh, Jen just texted me. Katie went with Jen. Jen had to make a trip out. This is what I'm really looking forward to with Katie. That is a stand-up paddleboard, and we haven't used it. A company sent it to us to do video work on it. I can't wait to get out on the kayaks again. Get some proper sunlight and some proper exercise. So let me see what comments we have here. Katie just said I'm not home. I was just knocking on her window. She's not even in there. Jen had to go run out to Milwaukee this morning, taking care of some family stuff. I guess Katie went with her. So over here, if you guys notice my cool hat right here, love this hat, love this company. One of them fell over. This is what the girls have been doing. A whole lot of. And myself. Archery. It's been a lot of fun. This is a kind of a cool area here, like all this stuff. A company sent us this big gazebo last year, and we had to do a whole bunch of video and drone work. And in fact, they wanted us to, we did the whole assembly, and they wanted like a video of somebody assembling it kind of step by step. So very blessed and thankful, but it was a lot of work. But this is kind of a cool area because we got a big berm right there, so we can shoot not just archery, we can shoot anything into there. So Sometimes we'll have family over and we can shoot. Look at the goat got out. You guys want to say hi to my goat? Goats don't get enough love on my channel. They're always on Emma's channel and Katie's channel. So yeah, Katie was on a live stream with me yesterday. Outdoor Katie, she's got her new YouTube channel going. She talked about her 30 days on carnivore. And then, I don't know if she posted another one, but last night, she's starting to read Dr. Ead's book, Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind. I did a book review with midwife carnivore, Lynn, and Katie was going to do one of her own too. So I thought that was pretty cool. Here's the goat. Come on, goat, do something funny. You got 182 people looking at you. This is one goat. That's Pumpkin right there, that goat. That goat drives me insane. You guys want to say hi to Pumpkin? Give you a little homestead tour this morning while I get my morning sun and exercise. This is Pumpkin. I don't know what he's doing right there. I think he's itching his leg. Pumpkin, say hi to everyone. You guys want to go for a walk with me? Come on, let's go for a walk. Come on. Are they following me? He's thinking about it. They're thinking about it. Come on. Don't be like that. This is called the chicken tractor. Have you guys ever seen a chicken tractor before? It's really cool. It's like a portable chicken coop. See there, the chickens are in there. They got a little roosting thing up top. And it always needs to be cleaned out, I'm sure. But chickens lay the eggs in there, and then you can trailer this around the yard. So when they poop, it fertilizes the ground, which is a very important thing that's missing from this world right now. Soil health. They'll poop on the ground, and then you can move it around, and they'll eat the insects all over the yard. It's kind of a cool little thing. We've had that for a couple of years. That was made by an Amish company. Are these goats gonna walk with me or not? Come on. Let's go. He's not interested. I think I woke him up. That was the first thing we did on our homestead right there. That was the chicken coop. And then we did the garden, which we failed at over and over again. And as you can see, there's nothing going on in the garden right now. The chickens just peck around in the garden. And then a big video we did on the homesteading side of things was that greenhouse we built. That video went kind of crazy. Let's see what kind of chat we got. Oh, we got Brett. Who's your carnivore? Bill's in the chat. The health guy. Katie said she's still working on that video. All right. Some good morning sun. Yes. Look at that. I don't think there's anything better. Anything better than proper nutrition. Getting morning sun in your eyes. Like, I'll just look right at it. Get it in your eyes. Absorb that natural, real vitamin D. We got a rooster over there making a bunch of noise. So anyhow, I thought I'd just go live here. If anyone has any questions, shoot them for me quick. Otherwise, I got to wrap this up soon. I got to get ready because I'm doing a live stream with JT, Raise the Stakes. We're going to talk about Kung Fu Panda. Maybe talk a little bit about my 1 year on carnivore. Answer any questions people have. It is beautiful out. I got another video I did yesterday. It's man. See what got a little mess over here at the grilling area. You see what happened there? Can anyone guess? I'm sure Katie knows. Oh my goodness. I had a bag of charcoal out here. And what happened right there is what you saw over there, the goats. The goats ate the bag of charcoal and left me with a big mess to clean up. So my feet are a little frozen. I gotta stop doing that, flipping it over. Head back in here. I'm gonna set this down so we can see, so I can read some of these chats. It's kind of hard to walk, talk, and read at the same time. Here we go. Love these videos. Keep going. Quick. Can I have coffee on carnivore? Said Melanie Clay. You could do whatever you want on carnivore. A lot of carnivores have coffee, Melanie. I guess the only concern is it could be a diuretic. You could end up with diarrhea if you have coffee. Some people are just fine. For me, I like not having any addictions to anything. That is one of the most beautiful parts about being a carnivore. At some point, a switch goes off and you realize you're eating for sustenance and it's no longer entertainment, amusement, and you're like, wow, I have no addictions anymore. So, but there's a lot of carnivores that do coffee and they're just fine. I'm excited to get warmer and can go outside longer. Yeah, it's so exciting. We had a really mild winter here in Wisconsin. So I guess I'm thankful for that. We didn't turn on our outdoor wood burner for the first time in a couple of years. We just used the propane. Protein Power book is good. Wait, what book is that? Oh, the book I was talking about was Change Your Diet. Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind. I always get confused on the book because Dr. Hampton has a book called Fix Your Diet, Fix Your Diabetes. Dr. Eads is Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind. It's an incredible, incredible book. I'd show it to you right now because I had it right here on my desk, but Katie stole it from me. But I'm fine with that. I'm glad she's reading it. I live in Alberta, and while I'll go out barefoot for a few seconds when it's negative 10 degrees Celsius, I'm not inclined to test that frostbite theory. Yeah, baby steps, right? What up, all the way from New Zealand, brother? That's the life, bro. Carnivore today, Adam, is that a chicken gimbal? Adam sent me a little video with the chickens' heads. Their heads are basically like a gimbal on a camera. No, Adam, you got to tell me what to do with this. Look, this is Adam's little camera gimbal. And it was sitting on the counter, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Is this one of my gadgets or gizmos? Because I got a lot of camera stuff. Nope, that was Adam's. Adam, you got to let me know. Should I send that back to you, or we just got to get together again, brother, sometime soon. We'll just give it to you in person. Yolanta, MSK, we get eggs from Mennonite people in Ontario. Oh, that's awesome. We got a huge Amish community, some Mennonite right down the road. I got to do this video. I got to get back over there. My buddy JT and I went to my Amish friend's house, and he called shortly after and said, you guys got to come back. It's so hard hooking up with the Amish guy because I literally can only just drive over there, hope he's there, and he's always so nice, but I always feel weird. Like, wouldn't you feel weird going to one of your friend's house and just stopping? We shouldn't, but just stopping over, interrupting their night and knocking on their door and saying, I'm here. But with the Amish, that's what you do because they don't do phones. They actually do phones. They have a community phone in a phone booth that they have to go to, but they can't have receiving calls. You can't call them. They can only call you. Hi, I'm Korean. Your video is motivation. Oh, thank you. Well, you know what? You're going to like my next video I was just working on. I did a little walk and talk in the woods yesterday, and tomorrow, the video after I do the live stream with JT today is carnivore motivation. You know, in YouTube, they have this research tab, and it says what people are searching for. And one of the things that kept popping up was carnivore motivation or carnivore why. So yesterday I did a little walk on talk on carnivore motivation. So oh, sorry. I just saw an important email come through. I'm so thankful and blessed. It's a blessing and a curse. The amount of emails, instant messages, Facebook messages, direct messages, Instagram messages, and YouTube comments I get. I'm not complaining. It's just I feel bad sometimes because I can't keep up with them. There's this one person that left me a string of comments on Instagram. And I don't go on these things all the time. I'm starting to use Instagram more, but he was like, his first comment was like, I'm down 28 pounds. And I didn't respond. His second comment was like, I'm down 70 pounds. This was a couple months later, and I didn't respond. And then his third comment, I finally saw. I didn't see it until after the third comment, and this was months later. I'm down well over 100 pounds. I felt so bad I didn't respond, but I'm not on all these. It's weird. Some people only communicate through like their one medium. Like this guy always uses Instagram, so he comments through Instagram, but I don't know. It's a full-time job keeping up with all these comments. I love the sound of the rooster. Who's your carnivore bred? I'm going live on my channel Sunday at 6 p.m. for my 1 year on carnivore. Congratulations, You're my carnivore twin. Who's your carnivore, Brett? We both are coming up on 1 year here in just a couple days. Mine is the 20th. Or no, the 19th. I don't remember. I got it on my phone, which is right here. It's like 4 days from now. I can't remember, Brett. We weren't the exact same day, were we? Or maybe we were 1 day off. Brett, think about this. So I did my 1 year video. That's coming out next week. I've been working so hard on this because I'm trying to compile together everything that happened. Like, when did we announce the documentary? When did my daughter Emma go from vegan to carnivore? When did I meet JT? When did I meet Adam? What happened when we filmed Bill, Maggie, Jeff, Dr. Hampton? Like, put it all together quickly and entertaining. That's what I've been working on. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But after I did that whole exercise, I was really, really thinking, my goodness, what if I was a coward and never did carnivore? Where would I be right now a year later? And now I'm thinking of editing this 1 year thing again to talk about this because I'm like, I wouldn't have met all you guys. I wouldn't have met Who's Your Carnivore Brett. I wouldn't have met Adam. I wouldn't have gotten to shake Dr. Barry's hand, interview him for the documentary. I never would have known Bill Knott. Could you imagine? Never would have known JT, Alia, all these awesome people. 40-year carnivore, Rick. I never would have talked to any of these people. I'd probably be, man, I can't imagine where I'd be right now if I didn't find carnivore. I probably would have yo-yoed on the keto diet. If I'm being honest, I probably would have yo-yoed 2 or 3 more times, gained a whole bunch of the weight back. I would have still been depressed, anxious. I don't even know what would have happened with my foot. I had 18 months with my foot with gout or arthritis or whatever it was that they wanted to do surgery. That thing hurt so bad. I was using mobility scooters. Every time we'd go to a store, I'd get on a mobility scooter. The girls thought it was pretty funny. It was getting old quick. I can't even imagine if I didn't do carnivore where I'd be right now. It's just insane to think about it. Let's see, what else do we have? Steph D. I have possible uterine cancer, so I'm hoping carnivore will help. I'm so sorry to hear that, Steph. I would highly recommend checking out Professor Thomas Seyfried. Metabolic therapies. Carnivore is great, but fasting is also an important part of that process. If you go to healinghumanity.movie and you click on the cancer tab, we have a completely free cancer action plan, and it has my friend Jeff's cancer regimen. It has links to Professor Seyfried's work. It has links to other cancer thrivers. We're really hoping that'll help a lot of people up. Bunk Bed Blake, love the vids, brother. Well, thank you so much. Charger Mopar Rick, we had no winter here in Miami. It's pretty cold in Las Vegas. Sir, can you show the sky? Oh, well, I did earlier. Here. See out the window up there. There's the sun. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be out there some more today for sure. We got a couple big projects we got to work on. I'm falling behind. Harmon 422 is a member. Looking forward to meeting you in Austin. Kevin Harmon DDS. Yes, I'm looking forward to meeting you for sure. I can't wait to get out to Austin. We're gonna meet so many cool people. Again, another thing that never would have happened if I decided not to do carnivore. Michael B. Live said, great book. J and A, I've been doing carnivore 45 days, down 16 pounds, got COVID, lost taste, and cannot stomach eating meat, especially beef and butter now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Baby steps. If that happened to me, I would have some bone broth, and I would do a little bit of fasting until I got the taste back. That works for a lot of people. People would say, "Oh, I got a meat aversion." I know it's tricky when you get sick. It's easy for me to say, but people that get meat aversions, if they fast for a little bit, maybe do a 24-hour fast or a 12-hour fast, intermittent fast. Have you tried camel meat? No, I haven't. What software do you edit your videos with for YouTube? Carnivore Scott, shout out Carnivore Scott. I use Final Cut Pro. But for years, for many, many years, doing my YouTube videos for HomesteadHow, I've done over 1,000 videos now, and probably the first 700 videos I did on homesteading, I just used iMovie. On a Mac. I'm an iMovie power user. I could do some crazy stuff with iMovie. Green screen, animations. Yeah, I could do a lot with iMovie, but yeah, I'm using Final Cut Pro now. Lupita said, do you check to see if you might have an eating disease prior to going on to carnivore? Like if you have polyps, is it a bad idea? Well, Dr. Barry will say it's not a bad idea to eat a proper human diet. All humans should be eating a proper human diet. This is the way we're intended to eat. So how could it be a bad idea? I can tell you from myself, I have personally had 6 colonoscopies over my short lifespan as a 43-year-old. That's right, 6. I think I had 3 endoscopies because I had so many stomach issues. And they called me a polyp grower. I had so many polyps. Every time I'd have a colonoscopy, they would remove a few polyps. So yeah, I'm carnivore now for a year and I'm thriving. I don't see anything wrong with having polyps and doing carnivore. Carnivore is a proper human diet. The health guy, when will the proper human diet get released in Netflix? Can't wait to promote it. Well, we'll see where it's going to end up. The ultimate initial goal was Netflix. I mentioned before, that's our goal, is to reach millions, and Netflix is the biggest one. But we have higher aspirations now. We're trying to get it with Angel Studios and get this on the big screen before we even think about streaming services. And it's tricky with Netflix because they do a lot of plant-based documentaries. So it might be a tough challenge to get on there, but we're keeping all the doors open. But we're higher aspirations now. We want to get on the big screen. We're shooting for summer of next year to try to wrap things up. We still got a long way to go. Bill Knott's on month 7, so he's still got months to go just by himself. Life is beautiful. I did 48-hour fasting last week and then getting stomach ache and gastroenteritis. Can you please explain? Stomach ache on fasting. Well, it's hard to, first of all, I'm not a doctor, so I can only tell you from my personal experience, but one thing is, whenever I had any issues fasting, I made sure to get electrolytes. My buddy Jeff taught me this in the morning. I would literally do a shot of electrolytes to make sure I was getting enough of that stuff. That really helped me. I didn't have any stomach issues, but that would help me if you ever got fatigue or things like that. The other thing is it depends on your fasting. Like, were you carnivore and then fasting, or were you standard American diet and then fasting? And then beyond that, it sounds pretty unusual. I don't really hear people getting stomach aches fasting, so it's really hard to say, but maybe you just got something that was going around, a stomach bug or something like that. Oaktown Girl, sneak listening from work. Lynn Tucker Carnivore, good morning from the great state of Texas. Lynn Tucker Carnivore, I hope you're still listening right now. I love your YouTube videos. I got to start commenting more. Lynn Tucker Carnivore and her husband have some awesome YouTube videos. They're going to be the shout out of the day. I think I commented on one before. I have trouble keeping track of all these comments. Lynn Tucker Carnivore, if you and your husband are interested in doing a video together, you have an open invite. Shoot me an email if you could, homesteadhow@gmail.com. I love your YouTube channel. I love your spirit. I love your attitude, and it's so much fun. I watched the one the other day, and I think Adam sent it to me, and it was the picture of me with Dr. Barry in the background. Lynn framed it. She had it in the background. That was very smart and very cool, but your content and your spirit, everything, I absolutely love it. Her husband the other day was cutting up ribeyes out of a big chunk of meat, and that was pretty cool. Good morning from the great state of Texas. Lynn Tucker Carnivore, are you guys going to be at KetoCon? Think about it. All of us are, everyone's going to, I got to stop calling it. It's not called KetoCon for everyone listening right now. Hack Your Health. It's called Hack Your Health. It's not just for people doing keto, it's for people doing carnivore too. There's lots of carnivores there. Me and a whole bunch of our carnivore friends and carnivore doctors that we love are going to be at Hack Your Health in Austin in the end of May, beginning of June. That'd be awesome if we could see Lynn Tucker Carnivore and her husband then. Rick said, I would do a 40-year carnivore anniversary live, but I cannot find a time when no other carnivores are doing it. Yeah. Outdoor Katie said, it's the 20th. You said 5 days yesterday, so 4 days. Yeah, I'm 4 days away. Thanks for doing the math, Katie. I got it on my phone, but I think it might have been 1 day off on my phone. Carrie is right. Good to think about what could have happened. Rick, you would have had that heart attack. I'm sorry, that's dark, but Rick is always talking about getting a heart attack on carnivore. Imagine, Rick, if you didn't do carnivore for the last 40 years and you were eating that duck food and you were eating bread and carbs and fast food and pizza and all that junk food. Where would you be 40 years later, Rick? Oh my goodness, think about that. Vladimir said, I see so many people eating 2 meals a day and going OMAD, 1 meal a day. However, I have to eat 3 meals a day to make sure I don't relapse on sugar. What can I do to eat bigger less frequently to save time? More fat, Vladimir, more fat. Most people on carnivore aren't getting enough fat. You have to get more fat than you think. When you get that fat, it fills you up so you're not hungry, and it also does wonders if you're still starting out. I don't get sugar cravings anymore, but if you're still getting those sugar cravings, getting that fat really, really helps. Silver Stacker, I've been a carnivore for 7 months. For some reason, I cannot stand the taste of ribeyes anymore. Is this a thing or just me? Just you, you're crazy. No, I'm sorry, I'm just joking. That is really odd. Switch it up then. It doesn't have to be just ribeyes. The ribeyes are nice and fatty. I absolutely love ribeyes. I don't know how I could ever get sick of them, but I have tested and prepared them many different ways. And it's almost like eating a different meal. I've smoked ribeyes and then seared them. I've cooked them over charcoal. I've cooked them over propane. I've cooked them in the air fryer. I've slow cooked them in the oven and then seared them in beef tallow. That is the best one, by the way. Slow cooking a ribeye, searing it in beef tallow. It's like eating a different type of food. So when people say ribeyes or beef in general, I consider beef, all the different cuts of beef, it's just like different food to me. If I eat a sirloin steak, it's way different than a ribeye or a tenderloin. Like, it's just like different food for me. And it's almost the same way with ribeye for me, depending on how you prepare it. So I would suggest, Silver Stacker, try preparing it a different way, or just try a different cut of meat. Go get a big strip steak with a nice fat on the side of it. You might have to supplement a little butter or fat to get your fat count up, but maybe switch it up for a little bit. Rochelle said, I'm a month ahead of you, Carrie. My weight loss is slower as I'm healing chronic Lyme disease and a host of associated conditions. I get frustrated by some of my delays. But when I reflect on my level of pain, fatigue, and other symptoms, I know carnivore is life-saving. That is awesome. And good job. And you are absolutely right. I feel bad sometimes because people see my success, and I believe my success on carnivore was a lot faster than more people. I don't know if that's because of genetics. I think it's easier for men than women. I think it's easier depending on your age. There's lots of factors, and everyone's different. But yeah, think about, Rochelle, if you did nothing and you continued doing what you were doing before you decided to do carnivore, it could take some time for people. The other beautiful thing with taking time is I've seen it with people where it takes more time than you would think, but then all of a sudden it comes into play and then things start to go really fast. So everyone is definitely different, but I'm glad that you're seeing some definite improvements. Cindy Ray, thanks for all your inspirational content, watching from Australia. Awesome. Katie Jane said, this is a scam. Yep, I'm scamming everyone. Look at me, big scammer. I love that. That is awesome. I really love the trolling comments and people. It's so cool because it helps with the algorithm. And some of them are just so foolish. Like, this is a scam. Like, okay, what am I selling you here? Buy my diet program. Buy my book. Like, I'm not selling anything. You can just eat meat and you can succeed. I don't have a Weight Watchers program. I'm not selling Ozempic. So usually if something is a scam, it's you're lying to someone in order to get them to purchase something. None of those things are happening here. Love the comment. It's so funny. Do you do fasting every day? Which eating window? No, I don't do fasting every day. I pretty much do intermittent fasting. I will usually eat for maybe 6 hours a day and don't eat for 18. Sometimes it fluctuates around. I did 1 meal a day for a long time, and I really love that. The more you can fast, the better it is if you can sustain it. 1 meal a day is great if you can do that. When I was doing Lion Diet, I was doing 1 big meal a day. Dizzy Willow, good morning. Grabbed a meat slicer for hot pot at home and to make my own meat crisps. That sounds great. How do you know if you're eating too much fat? There's another good question. Number 2, diarrhea. I have no filter anymore, so if you guys don't like poop talk, if you have diarrhea, really bad, runny, you're getting too much fat. If you feel like you're not going to the bathroom enough, you're not getting enough fat. It's all just in your bowel movements. It's the biggest indicator. Shout out Dr. Anthony Chafee. He taught me that one. Lupita said, I know a guy who has some blood condition. He can't eat red meat. That would be awful. Oh my God, that's my biggest fear. What is it? The Lone Star tick you can get, and then you get allergic to meat. I don't know what I would do. Tanya Mueller, please repeat Healing Humanity name for resources to fight cancer. Absolutely. HealingHumanity.movie. And then it's /cancer. Or you could just click on cancer when you get to that page. HealingHumanity.movie. And again, someone earlier said this is a scam. You can go to that website, you can go to this cancer resource, and it's not a penny. I don't want anything from you. I spent hours putting that together with Jeff. We have a regimen. We have links to videos from Professor Seafried. We have a full cancer action plan. This is what you could do as an additional tool in your toolbox if you get cancer. It's completely free. We're not selling you anything at all. Kevin Wilson said, Final Cut Pro rocks. Got to run. Thanks for all the hard work you're doing. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you as well. I love your enthusiasm and energy, so positive. Well, I did a video yesterday. It's going to come out after my live stream with JT that's starting in about 49 minutes from now. And it was carnivore motivation and why. And I address a question in there is, how are you so inspiring? How are you so motivated, but you were so depressed before? I think I answered this question very clearly in this video that I'm having coming out later today. Have you heard of the meat brand snack, Carnivore Snacks? They recently got shut down. I have heard of Carnivore Snacks. I've tried Carnivore Snacks. I didn't know that they recently got shut down. I don't snack as a carnivore, and a lot of those snacks I see are really expensive. For me, I'm like, I think they make sense if you're traveling and it's hard to get a hold of food. Other than that, I don't snack, so I eat a big steak and I'm done. What do you eat while you're traveling on the road? There you go. Carnivore Snacks are good. I plan and prepare. I just went to film Dr. Ken Berry. I had to drive down to Tennessee. How many hours was that trip? I don't even remember now. 12 or 14 or something like that? Or 9. I don't know. It was like 10 hours. I made a power bowl, which is scrambled eggs, bacon, ground beef, butter, all mixed together in a bowl. Jen made me up a huge power bowl, put it in containers. I had 2 of those. I just ate it cold in the car, and it was absolutely fantastic. I also will stop at McDonald's from time to time. I know that grosses people out. I don't really care. It's 100% ground beef, and they don't cook it in seed oils. So I'll go through the drive-thru if I don't do this as like an entertainment thing, like, oh, let's go to McDonald's. No, but if I'm on the road filming Dr. Ken Berry in Tennessee and I'm coming back and I don't have anything to eat, I'll stop at McDonald's. I'll get some patties, order them off the a la carte menu, and I always have one of these with me. This is the Redmond's portable salt shaker. We sell these for 20 bucks a pop. I just said I'm not selling anything, and now we're selling, but every penny from this is for our documentary. I don't get a penny of it for myself. Can you say hi to me, Homestead How? Hi, Rafa OG. How was that? Awesome. Congratulations on 1 year. I will be 11 months in 1 week. Traveling carnivore, that's my mom. My mom and stepdad, Liz and Bill, they're doing awesome. Mom, where are you right now? I got to catch up on these chats. My mom is carnivore. My sisters are carnivore. It's crazy. My mom is the traveling carnivore. I don't know if she's done a YouTube video recently, Mom. Are you still doing YouTube videos? But she was traveling carnivores on YouTube. Do you use Element? Yes, I have, and I do from time to time. Starting out carnivore, I recommend everyone uses an electrolyte. When I'm exercising or doing a bunch of workout outside, sweating a whole bunch, things like that, for sure. Okay, Wrangler VMP, sister and I were at your movie theater last Saturday. Expressed by free tickets for vets. Also, my dad had polyps. He would say he was a polyp farm. He was a farmer. Yeah, same with me. I was a polyp grower. Thank you for coming out to the theater. That's awesome. 2 months on carnivore, Hidden Pines Homestead, and I feel awesome. Down 22 pounds, and I stopped my blood pressure meds. That is awesome. Hidden Pines Homestead, fellow homesteader, it will only get better, my friend. It will only get better. I didn't believe that at 2 months. I didn't think it could get any better, and it just gets better and better. Lynn Tucker Carnivore said, oh, still watching. You are the best, Carrie. Jim says hi. Hey, Jim. Hey, Lynn. Yeah, again, if you guys just jumped on, I'm always shouting out other YouTube channels because we got to get the word out. And everyone has their own story. That's why we're doing the documentary. Bill's story is going to resonate with some people. My story is going to resonate with some people. Lynn's story is going to resonate with some people. I That's how we get the word out, is we elevate these voices of people doing something differently. Lynn and her husband Jim are doing something drastically differently than the society, than humanity, but they're having incredible results, and we need to draw attention to those things. Plus, like I said earlier, Lynn's YouTube channel is awesome. She's just a natural. Her husband too. I really enjoy watching both of them. They're funny, smart, and they're carnivores. Like, what more could you ask for? Phil Smith, day 225 on carnivore, and all started here at Homestead How with Carrie interviewing Sean. Reversed metabolic syndrome in 4 months. I love hearing that, Phil. Thank you so much. That is incredible. Day 225. Again, it just gets better and better. What symptoms, this is from Stathis, what symptoms did you see resolve on carnivore, and is it possible to do it without losing weight? I'm thin. I don't know how much time you have for me to go over the symptoms that have resolved on carnivore. Well, to make it short, all of them. To give you a brief rundown, I was diagnosed with IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. My stomach was gurgling and bubbling. I had 6 colonoscopies, 3 endoscopies. I had all sorts of stomach issues. I have no stomach issues. I had arthritis in my elbows, lower back. I had gout in my foot. I was using a mobility scooter. They wanted to do surgery on my foot. That is all completely gone. I snored every single night. I was on a CPAP machine. This is all documented, I'm telling you. I went in for a sleep study. I stopped breathing hundreds of times throughout the night, used a CPAP machine. Don't need a CPAP machine anymore. And the biggest one for me was depression and anxiety. I suffered from depression my entire adult life. For 10 years, I was on almost every you can name an antidepressant SSRI medication, I was on it. I was also on medicine for sleep, and I was also on medicine for anxiety, and I am medication free, and I feel absolutely amazing. So everything. I wish I could click on these. Carlos Diaz gave me a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Every single penny from those super chats goes to Healing Humanity, the documentary. Good morning, sir. Thank you for what you do. I like raw eggs. Is it something bad with raw eggs? That is a wonderful question. I haven't had any raw eggs, but a carnivore friend of mine was recently talking about doing that. I think they said that they ate raw eggs a long time ago and they gagged, and it was like grossing them out. But now as a carnivore, it was something they were craving. I am not a doctor. I don't know for sure if there's anything wrong with eating raw eggs. So I'm not comfortable giving you a recommendation, but someone in the comments, let me know what you think. My gut instinct would be like, it's natural. It's probably fine. If you're getting good, decent quality eggs and you're eating them, I think it would be fine. For myself, I haven't tried it yet, but I wouldn't have absolutely no problem doing it. In fact, you just gave me an idea. I should probably do a video on that and try it. I don't know if there's any drawbacks or worries that you could get sick from consuming a raw egg like that. I don't think there are, but I really honestly don't feel comfortable recommending that because I'm not a doctor and I don't know, but anyone else in the comments, let me know. I'm sure there's like Dr. Barry videos on this or something that I've missed. Rick said, Charger Mopar 40-year. I said earlier, I posed the question, what if you never started carnivore? Where would you be right now? Rick's been doing this for over 40 years now. He said, you are so right, Carrie. I would have heart disease, headaches, digestive issues, and diabetes like my friends do. Yeah, and 40 years, Rick, of chronic inflammation. What would that do to your system? 40 years putting a toll on your digestive system, processing unnecessary waste that it didn't need to process. 40 years of a weakened immune system due to that chronic inflammation. It's no wonder people end up with cancer and dementia and Alzheimer's and strokes and all of these things. Just think of the toll that would have put on your body over those 40 years, Rick, if you ate all of that stuff that you didn't need to eat. Ty Hansen said, question, fermented vegetables are good to eat according to Dr. Sean O'Mara. Good book, anyone. So for me, I'm not eating any vegetables, but everybody's different. And I always got to be so careful because when I'm talking about myself, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I believe everyone as individuals needs to make their own decisions. Your body's different. You have different needs. I've heard people do kimchi or sauerkraut and they have good results. Maybe because they need to they need the probiotics. They need to get it in their gut. I don't know. For me, all I know is I thrive on meat. I get everything I need, macronutrients, micronutrients, vitamins, everything I need. I'm absolutely thriving. So For me, I have no why or reason to do vegetables. I don't know if that will ever change, but Sean O'Mara is awesome too. I want to do more on him. I found him later in life. So whether or not it's a good idea for the individual, I think each individual needs to decide and ask themselves why. People say that to me too, like, are you ever going to do vegetables again? And I think about it and then I'm like, well, why would I? If I get everything I need from meat and I'm absolutely thriving, why mess with why fix what's not broken? Lynn Tucker Carnivore said, my Dutch hounds have been on carnivore longer than me, 7 years now, and have an 18-year-old girl that outruns the 7-year-old boy. That is awesome. I'm so happy my boys, both of my dogs are carnivore. In my 1-year update video, that is a part of it too. That was a big part of the last year, is getting my dogs on carnivore properly. Holly Green, show us how you eat more fat, Carrie, without blowing up the kitchen. How do you clean those dishes, Carrie? Shout out Jen. Shout out Emma. I'm pretty good. I like to, when I cook in the kitchen, for the most part, I'm going to start getting comments from Jen and Emma. I clean as I go. It does make a mess though. The biggest way I get more fat, that was your first question. I cook a lot of my steaks in beef tallow in my cast iron skillet. When I'm doing eggs, I cook the eggs in beef tallow in the cast iron skillet. It does splatter and make a mess, but we have lots of towels and I just clean as I go. And with a steak, the beautiful thing is, if you are searing a steak in a cast iron skillet with beef tallow, you're going to get plenty of fat because of that tallow. You are going to make a mess. However, you shouldn't eat that steak when you pull it off. You should let it rest, preferably on a rack. If you let the steak rest on a cutting board, all of that heat will come in contact with the cutting board and all of the juices in the steak will pool out. You put it on a rack and the air can circulate around it. It'll cool. Let it cool for like 10 minutes. Well, what are you doing during that 10 minutes? It's like a perfect built-in time to clean up your mess in the kitchen. So kind of clean as you go. By the time I'm eating my steak on my cutting board, copying Dr. Baker because it's just freaking awesome and it works well, and I'm not messing up another dish. By the time I'm eating my steak on the cutting board, everything's cleaned up because I had that time for the steak to rest. And it's a win-win because the steak tastes way better because I let it rest. You cut into it and it's nice and juicy. You didn't lose all that juice from cutting into it too soon. Vladimir said, I find myself revolting and gagging to big chunks of fat on ribeye. Even if I push through and swallow lots of fat, I then experience nausea. How do I increase my fat intake and why is this happening? The texture and like big chunks of fat, it's hard for a lot of people to get around. One of the best ways to do it, if I have a ribeye that's way too fatty, I'll trim some of that fat up, but never throw it out. I'll trim it out so it's smaller, manageable pieces, cube it up. I haven't done this in a while, but I did this before. And then I would have like a bag or a container, a glass jar in the refrigerator full of ribeye fat chunks. And then I would either put them in the air fryer or the cast iron skillet and crisp them up. A big thing with that fat for a lot of people is the texture. If you bite into a steak and it's just that rubbery sort of gross fat, it's hard. Some people will get sick over that. But if you change the texture of it, it's not only palatable, it's delicious in a lot of cases. We did that with Maggie, the 82-year-old carnivore. She'd cook up fat every morning and she'd get it nice and crispy. And you have these little crispy chunks of fat. You could eat them with your ground beef or your eggs and it's fantastic. So maybe try that, change up the texture a little bit, trim it up a little bit. Oaktown Girl said, the priming protocol that Steak and Butter Gang teaches will help people beat cravings and fast without white knuckling. Shout out Steak and Butter Gang. I absolutely love what they're doing over there. I get so many comments on my channel, and that is one of the prevalent ones, is how much their group and being around like-minded individuals and the coaching and the Zoom calls they do has helped them out. Huge shout out to them. I'm looking forward to doing some videos with them as well when we're down in Austin for Hack Your Health. Lynn Tucker Carnivore said, Billy, 90% protein, 10% combo of liver, sardines, and finely ground eggshells. And I'm gun shy with bones. If you do bones, make sure they are not cooked and not weight-bearing bones. Oh, we're talking about the dog food again. I'm like, what are we talking about here? Yeah, a lot of people ask me on the bones too. I was scared for that too. We are very blessed. We have this huge industrial meat grinder. So we do chicken breasts. And we try to mix some other things in like liver or chicken feet, things like that. And our grinder just grinds the bones up. And yeah, you gotta have a good grinder. Or just avoid it like Lynn does. If you think about it, though, like if a dog out in the wild caught a squirrel or something, they would just be chomping through all of that stuff. But she's right. You don't want them cooked, and be as safe as possible if you got a big, good meat grinder like that and get a nice fine grind on it. Bible reading bear. Carrie, I have been watching you since you and your daughters stayed overnight in your yurt. Oh, wow, the wall tent. Yeah, we actually did 2 or 3 videos like that. You've been around for a long time. Thank you. This is all real stuff. Seeing you and your testimony made me try it. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Eat the Fat said, you look really good. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel really good. More importantly, how do you know if your beef taco needs to be cleaned? Yeah, that's funny. Justine A, give us the poop talk. Laugh out loud. Greetings from Arizona. Raquel. I always say your name wrong. Raquel. Carrie, you're awesome and genuine. I don't understand how people can't see that. Keep doing what you're doing. You are truly helping people. Much love. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? Overwhelmingly, I get really positive comments. Every now and then I'll get some. I get it though. Sometimes I get really fired up and passionate. Sometimes I get fired up and passionate. And one thing I've realized is sometimes I'll almost be yelling at the camera. What I'm really doing there, and I have to say this more and realize it myself, is I'm yelling at my former self. I did a video yesterday and I said that in the video, but sometimes people think I'm yelling at them. And the other thing that drives me nuts is usually the very few negative comments I get from people. It's from people that feel like they're doing something wrong and I'm calling them out on it. And I'm not really intending to do that. I am just trying to say the truth to help people that have stumbled around hopelessly in the dark like I was. That's my only goal. And sometimes in order to tell those people the truth, which is ultimately the most important thing in my mind, if someone is out there hopelessly depressed for years and years and they're in a cesspool of different SSRIs and medications and they don't know what to do, getting the truth to them and giving them hope is far more important than having someone that is in limbo about doing a diet and then I slightly insult them or hit a nerve with them because deep down they know what they're doing is wrong and I'm kind of calling them out on it unintentionally. It's not my intention to call out someone that is not sure what they're doing or doing wrong. My entire intention is to help people that are hopelessly depressed. If there's a little bit of, what would that be? If there's a little bit of, not friendly fire, but collateral damage to people that are in limbo and they're thinking about doing a diet, I really honestly don't care. If I can help one person that is hopelessly and suicidally depressed, and that hurts the feelings of 1,000 people that have a pretty good life and they're just kind of thinking about doing this or that or they're hemming or hawing, I don't care at all. I really don't. Lupita said Dr. Ken stops at McDonald's and orders like 10 patties. Yeah, I saw that video. That was awesome. That's in my 1-year video too, my buddy Jeff ordering. This 1-year video, I'm so excited. I got to stop talking about it, but I'm so excited because some of this stuff is a blur for me, but one of the most exciting parts was the Jeff DeProsperous story. A lot of people don't know this. It's in my 1-year video. Before we did the 24-hour live stream, Jeff emailed me basically begging, here's my video. Please, Carrie, just email this to one of my doctors. And when he said my doctors, he was talking about Dr. Berry, Dr. Chafee, Dr. Baker. Those were his doctors. And I could have just emailed it to him, but I said, you know what? Dr. Chafee is Jeff's hero. Dr. Chafee's going to be on the 24-hour live stream with me for a couple hours. Why don't I just show him Jeff's video during the live stream? And I did just that. And man, Jeff's reaction was just priceless. That's all going to be in the 1-year video. But reliving this has been really fun for me because honestly, if you would have asked me before I just edited this video, how did you and Jeff meet? I would have been like, email something. But I didn't remember the intricate details of the story and kind of how beautiful that whole thing was with Dr. Chafee acknowledging Jeff's video on the 24-hour live stream, Jeff watching that with his kids, and then Jeff telling me, Carrie, I want to do what my doctors are doing. I want to go on YouTube and inspire other people. And now Jeff, he's done like 4 videos with Dr. Chafee, just one-on-one videos. It's the coolest thing in the world. Rambling Rose said, Carnivore Diet is the best way to go. I've been doing it for 7 years now. Awesome. Raquel, I subscribed to your mom's channel just because it was your mom. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my mom's awesome. My stepdad's awesome. Ribeye Ranger, that's Lynn's husband is Ribeye Ranger Jim. My mom, I'm in Yuma, Arizona. We'll be in Wisconsin in June. All right. Well, when my mom comes to Wisconsin, I'm going to cook her and my stepdad up. We're going to reverse sear some cherry ribeyes. We'll definitely do a video on that. Acryla Wood Designs. Hey, Carrie, I'm just getting off of bioidentical hormones, suffering a bit from emotions. What carnivore food should I focus on? With carnivore, it's all about the fat. So focus on the fatty ones. Some people start carnivore and they think, oh, I'll just do low carb. First of all, low carb and keto, those are two different things. Keto is all about getting fat too. Carnivore is about getting fat. It should be called fativore. So go for the fatty cuts of meat. I legitimately I've really kept a close eye on this. My mood is drastically better. My sleep is better. My hormones are better when I'm getting the fat. It's all about the fat. Lori, carnivore cheer. I love about hearing about people get off their meds. Me too. Game changer. That's why I love Dr. Tony Hampton so much. In the documentary, he talks about last week he got 7 people off their medications. And he said in the first couple years of being a doctor, he'd have been lucky to do that like once a year. He's doing it once a week now, all by telling them about proper nutrition, low carb, keto, and carnivore. Tricks to get more fat, said Stephanie. If you're not getting it from the beef itself, which is the best, ribeye fat, supplement with butter. So if I eat like a tenderloin or a different type of steak, if I'm not eating a ribeye, a lot of times I will almost have like a little tiny chunk of butter with each bite of the steak. Like that's how much fat I'm getting. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a lot of questions here. This is crazy. Got to do some more of these, I guess. Carrie, how about how long before the sugar cravings go away? I'm day 14 and still craving sugar. Great question. You're very close. Most people, it's around 2-3 weeks. Now, it depends on what you're eating too. When I would have sugar cravings, I would eat more fat. Those cravings go away. So try that on day 14. The other thing I would caution you on is some people say, hey, I'm on day 14. Some people will say, hey, I'm on day 100. I still have sugar craving. What's going on? And then I find out they're still having artificial sweeteners. They're putting artificial sweeteners in their coffee, or they're drinking diet soda, or they're having these things. If you're having artificial sweeteners, I don't care if it says it's not real sugar, it's no carbs, that will still trigger sugar cravings. So make sure you're not doing any of that. Try to get more fat. Tanner Duff said, I have horrible gout, even goes into my knees, and now sleep apnea is ruining my life. Tanner, I had all of those things until I started Carnivore Diet. Sleep apnea and gout, and it's all gone now. And if you're worried about gout and meat, you're wrong. And you need to watch Dr. Barry's video about gout because standard doctors have it so backwards. It's completely backwards. Did doctors help you choose your diet? What made you go on carnivore, dietitian, social media, and how do you know it was right for you prior to seeing your results? Lupita, I went on carnivore because I had success with keto, and carnivore is just a stricter version of keto. I went on carnivore not saying, look at me, I'm going to eat meat for the rest of my life. I went on carnivore because it is the undisputable best elimination diet. That's how I approached it. I said to myself, I'm going to eliminate sugars, which are highly inflammatory. I'm going to eliminate seed oils. I'm going to eliminate toxins, pesticides, herbicides, glyphosate. I'm going to try to get rid of everything and eat as natural as possible for 30 days. That's what I did. Did doctors help me choose the diet? Yes, they did. The good doctors, Dr. Barry, Dr. Chafee, I looked online and I saw these people talking about it. I watched Dr. Barry's video and literally millions and millions of views and thousands of people saying, you changed my life forever, Dr. Barry. And I still thought carnivore was crazy, so I approached it as an elimination diet. And here I am 1 year later. Rick said, a healthy human can eat raw eggs. Salmonella is the biggest problem. There you go. Rick, do you do raw eggs? Maybe I've seen you do it on the channel. I don't know. Raw egg yolks are tasty as a dip for your meat, said Oaktown Girl. I got to try this. I haven't done it yet. I don't have anything against it. I haven't tried it yet. It's one of those things. Another thing I need to try is cooking my own liver. I've just never done it before. I had liver mixed up with my ground beef, but I've never cooked liver by myself. I have some in the freezer right now, and I've never cooked it before, so I'm just hesitant to, I don't want to ruin it. K-Day said, Carrie, you look so good. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Heather Putney said, Carrie, a dream of mine to start a scholarship fund to send folks that want to learn regular farming practices. We need more ranchers, 100%. It's a calling of mine. We need to heal that in humanity. You are 100% right. We need to elevate the voices of local farmers and ranchers. It is critically, critically important. I'm worried about it for sure. Like, it's so much hard work. It's so underappreciated. And is the next generation going to take that up? I certainly hope so. We need to incentivize it more, and we need to get the word out how important it is. Wow, I had so many comments here. I think I'm so far behind. I got to get caught up on these here quick. Gout sucks. Been suffering from that. Spreading to the knees. 36 and thought. Healthy, but something is up. PETA will not like this live. Do you recommend a good beef tallow brand? I have been using, I don't know what the brand is. If you go on Amazon, and again, I'm not selling you anything. I'm not even going to give you my affiliate link. Just Google it. I just get the Wagyu beef tallow. It's expensive. It's like $30 for a container, but it lasts a really long time. And I've been using that since the start. A friend of mine gave me a container of that when I first started, and I've been hooked on it since. Rochelle said, for cooking, use a splatter guard. That's another one. My cast iron skillet's too big for the splatter guard, so I haven't been using that, but that's a really good tip. Nola Carnivore Daryl, good morning, everyone. Just want to jump in and say hi before I head to oral surgery in the morning. Great time for a 7-day fast on the way after surgery since food is limited. There you go. Good luck on the surgery, Nola Carnivore. Thank you for the comment. Ray Gallagher, how do you clean your cutting board after you've had your stick? Do you put dish soap on it and wash it like a dish? Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing that wrong or not, but that's what I do. I put really hot water. Sometimes I'll use a little bit of salt actually, because I do that on my cast iron skillet just to get it kind of abrasive. But I put it under the sink in some hot water, and I use some soap. And I have a brush, a really thick bristled scrub brush, and that's what I use. I brush it off with that. This is stupid doing this on the phone. I should be on my computer. I'm sitting here staring at the screen. Lil Pooh Bear said, Carrie, your healing has been miraculous. Love your passion for helping others. Thank you so much. I agree with you 100%. What has happened to me is absolutely incredible and would be criminal, especially on the mental health changes, overcoming just lifelong depression and anxiety. Absolutely would be criminal of me not to be passionate and want to share this word with other people. Especially knowing what I know. 1 billion people right now suffering from depression and mental health issues. 1 billion people. It's just insane. What kind of electrolytes do you use? I've used both Element and Keto Chow. Lori Carnivore Cheer, I'm reading Why We Get Sick by Dr. Ben Bickman. Dr. Ben Bickman is awesome, by the way. I'm learning a lot about insulin resistance contributes to chronic inflammation and is the root cause of so many illnesses. We got to make a shirt, something creative that says root cause, because, man, that is one of the biggest problems in the world. You go to the doctor and they never address the root cause. All right, I got to catch up on these. I'm so far behind on these comments here. Roberta Glass, True Crime Report, Morning Carry, watching you while eating strip steak and butter from New York City. Oh, that sounds delicious. Anthony said, cheers from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. We have regenerative pasture-raised farm that get our meats from, and they sell a quart of beef tallow for $8.50. That's amazing. That's where you should get your beef tallow from, not Amazon, like I said earlier. We're going to end this video with that note of encouragement. Everyone now, think about it. Where are you getting your meat from? Can you get it locally? And I know I'm hypocritical because you guys see me go to Costco from time to time, but I do that when I can't get it from my neighbor, and they've been out of beef for a while. They just posted yesterday on Facebook they got more beef. I'm going to be heading over there. I am encouraging everyone. Google it, research it. There's probably a local farm around you that you could be supporting, and you're probably going to end up paying a fraction of what you would going to the grocery store. You can talk to the farmer, you can shake their hand, you know exactly what's going into the meat. You're supporting a local farm. You're not supporting some big factory farm process that none of us would want to get behind. So that is my encouragement of the morning. See if you can support a local farmer. It's a win-win all the way around, and you'll definitely thank me. And even this, if you're like, yeah, but I live in a metropolitan area. My buddy JT, who I'm about to start the Raise the Stakes podcast with, he is near Milwaukee, and he found a whole bunch of places just by Googling it right around him. Even if you had to travel an hour, it would totally be worth it. This is what you do. You travel an hour, you bring a huge cooler with, and you stock up. You will save the money and the time that it took you in gas money. You will save that because you're going to be paying less in most cases. And it's going to benefit your health because you know where the meat's coming from. You're not getting some crazy meat from the grocery store. So that's my encouragement of the morning. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry if I missed your chat. This was just absolutely crazy. I figured I'd do a little walk and pop this thing on live, and didn't realize I would get hundreds of questions and comments here. So if you guys want more, head on over, and just like 15 minutes from now, I got to go get my water and get ready for JT, load it up. We're doing Raise the Stakes with JT. Raise the Stakes with JT. He was just over here for Kung Fu Pandemonium. He was just over here. We did the big meetup with Dr. Hampton at Montello Theater. We're going to talk about that. We've got some fun conversations coming up on the Raise the Stakes podcast. So check it out. It'll be on my channel. It'll be on JT's channel in just a couple minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Beep. Beep.